Start recording. And, start. Slot 1. Create file. Let's see. New game. Oh yeah, gotta start the timer. Let's see. Reset it. 1, 2, 3, start. Yeah, I'm not doing PS2 games. I don't even know how to emulate them.
Okay, rolling.
This is going to be a 100% run.
Peaceful here in the Five World.
So, yeah. Yes, I will be playing Spider-Man. I'm going to be playing all the NTSC games. All of them.
Thank you.
You missed Mort the Chicken breaking and freezing and screwing us over on the last level.
What about Nasty Newark? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first.
Bubsy 3D, yes, but much later. You've never played Spyro before? You don't know what you're missing out. Ah! God damn it. Press the triangle, it didn't respawn for some reason. I want to get the Reignited trilogy, but it's not for PC yet. Yes, I'm going to be playing all the PSX games. That includes Tomb Raider. During these Speedway segments, I'm not going to be able to read the chat, so they take a lot of my focus. So I will get to you once we're done with this. Ah, no, come back here. Spyro 2 is the best of the three on the PlayStation 1, in my opinion. A lot of people go with Year of the Dragon, but Year of the Dragon has a lot holding it back. Yeah, while I'm playing this game, you guys probably should start figuring out the next game. And it's gonna take me a while to beat this game, but never too early to start thinking about the future, right? My favorite Spyro character is Spyro. And when we get to Spyro 2 and 3, I've recently discovered that I don't like Hunter very much. As a kid, I thought he was fine, but really thinking about what he says and what he does in Spyro 2 and 3, Hunter has kind of got problems. No, Spyro 3 didn't underperform. I am amazing at Tetris. Not to toot my own horn. But the reason why I don't like Tetris very much is because I find the game too easy for me. Yeah. Insomniac's contract with Universal was up, so somebody else had to do the other Spyro game, or the fourth Spyro game. Enter the Dragonfly is poop. What questions do you accept? Any questions that I can answer easily. I don't know my high score in Tetris. I don't keep track of that.
After you, Frito.
Spyro 4 isn't the worst game I've ever played, but it's definitely on the top 10 list. I mean, I will say, some of the complaints it gets are kind of stupid. Like, Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly has a swimming in air glitch, you know, like both Spyro 2 and Spyro 3. And for some reason, Ripto is back, even though the epilogue of 3 shows that Ripto is back. Donkey Kong Country is a game, but it's not on the PlayStation because it's a Nintendo property. Luckily, I played A Hero's Tale before I played Enter the Dragonfly, so my hope wasn't killed. I actually kind of like A Hero's Tale. A lot of people don't. I understand it not being anyone's favorite, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, I don't enjoy what it did to the characters, considering it turned Spyro himself into, you know, an asshole. And Moneybags adopted a weird Middle Eastern accent for some reason, and that just struck me as bizarre. My favorite PlayStation game right now goes back between Silent Hill and Ape Escape. I have not played a Ratchet & Clank game. I missed out on the PlayStation 2. It was the only 6th generation console I didn't have, unless you want to count the Dreamcast, because I didn't have that either. My favorite Spyro game was always a toss-up between 2 and 3, but recently I played them all back to back to back, and I have to say 2 is probably the most consistent of the 3 games. Spyro 3 has the best moments of the entire franchise, but it also has the worst moments of the entire franchise. Like Bentley Boxing, or the Sasquatch 6, which I am going to hate. Why did I remove that journal? I'm not entirely sure. I think because the information may have been a little personally revealing to some people. That's, I believe, was my justification. Oh, so in Spyro 1, you can kind of charge jump and you'll go faster. Like, a lot faster. You can't do it in Spyro 2 or 3 for some reason. But no, there's charge jumping here. I think I missed that 3rd gem. And this is going to be 100%, 120% run. There's no other way to play Spyro 1 in my opinion. Come on. Ah! God damn it. I have never been to a convention. I'm not a convention kind of person. Who's Hunter? Hunter is the cheetah. He offers you minigames in Spyro 2 and 3. I might want to reserve my opinions for it when we actually get to it, but, like, as an adult, like, taking a listen to what Hunter actually says, it's disturbing as hell. Like, for instance, in Spyro 2, Spyro needs the orbs to get back to his homeworld, the Dragon Realms. And Hunter knows this, yet he withholds them from you until you play his conceited games. And one of them he was even going to trade to the alchemist to get golden shoes. He was willing to keep Spyro trapped away from his home forever, just because he wanted golden shoes. If you needed another reason to hate the alchemist quest. In Spyro 3, he wanted to keep one of the dragon eggs to keep a dragon as a pet. This is after knowing Spyro for a long time. So Hunter is kind of fucked up. Well, I admit that is one interpretation. Spyro is a child? Like, we're rescuing the adult dragons. In this game, Spyro doesn't become trapped in crystal because he's too short. That is literally the explanation. He's too short and he goes underneath the spell that Nasty North casts. So yeah, Hunter's dialogue makes him seem really fucked up. We gotta play through all the PlayStation 1 games before I can do anything else. I was playing the chicken game, but it didn't... the best laid plans of mice and men. They're doomed to fail in the end. There will be a time for me to play the chicken game again. I have to beat it. Yeah, the game pooped in the peanut barrel. That's a perfect way of putting it. Yeah, you can keep the meme alive. I mean, I'm gonna have to play it at some point, but... it's my least favorite meme too, but you guys need something, I guess. Who was the best Spyro voice actor? Tom Kenny, hands down. What inspired me to start reviewing cartoons? A lot of people, I think. Have you ever tried to speedrun a game? Yes! On my Challenge Accepted channel, I actually did speedrun Pandora's Box. I got a world record because only one other person in history has speedrun that game. And it seemed like there were things he didn't know about the game. So, if nobody else has played that, I currently hold a world record in speedrunning. Then again, it's only on a technicality. But yeah, now I can tell people I got a world record. Pandora's Box is actually a pretty good game to learn how to speedrun, considering there is no RNG at all. It was a PC game, so there's no worries there. For the most part, I just use PC. I mean, I have a PlayStation somewhere in the house. I think I have multiple consoles. Okay, good, that's all. Oh, I got the Insane Trilogy, yeah. How many dragons you gotta rescue? Technically, you only need to rescue 50 of them, but there are 80 in the game. And I'm pretty sure... oh, I actually got these guys, okay. I do not play games on the Nintendo Wii. Right now, just to go to the next world, you only need 10 dragons. I'm not much for podcasts. I think I've said this before. Like, my throat gets sore very easily, and I'm... yeah, I enjoyed the collection. I'm pretty... there are some things that are worse about the Insane Trilogy. And there are some things that are better. Oh yeah, speedrunners are a crazy bunch. Like, even though I've tried speedrunning, I really do not have the patience to play one game a million times. Sometimes I watch the recast. I mean, with most people, most podcasts, I think most people just put it on the background for background noise. I don't know why people shit talk the rolling move in Spyro all the time. Rolling move's cool. I didn't say it was too personal. I said it may have been revealing personal information of other people that I may not have wanted to be out there. I mean, it wasn't like doxing or anything, but it... I only played Rascal 4 times. And I mean, I do play games a lot. But keep in mind, I play other games in between replays. Like, there's a couple of reasons why I'm not just trying Mort the Chicken again. Yeah, the roll in all 3 games sounds really cool. I'm sure that if people use the roll more, they might have a better time standing against Gulp, which apparently got a difficulty boost. This is a boss level, and this is a boss. But the bosses in this game are so pathetically easy that when I was a kid, I didn't think this game had boss fights. This, they call him a boss. He's not a boss. The sheep in the overworld put up more than a fight than this guy. Well, I mean, like, there's only so much you can do, you know? He needed 3 hits. Oh yeah, the boss levels are generally more challenging than the boss. Like, most of them don't even have fodder. I think Metalhead is the best boss in the game. He puts up his fight actually feels kind of like a fight. To Kill a Mockingbird, it's been a while since I've read that. And Skyrim, I find Skyrim boring. Like, really boring. I don't know why that one has gotten so much praise. I get why people like it, but I don't know why it became such a cultural phenomenon. Yeah, all Elder Scrolls games are good with mods. Yeah, apparently the title or the category doesn't update on Twitch. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Yeah, Skyrim has been on every console imaginable. Like, someday soon you're going to be able to play it on your TI-88 calculator. Maybe one day we'll even be able to play it on the NES. Please stop asking about... I learned Pluto was a planet. I'm not answering any more questions about it. I think it has more to do with... more than just a long delay. Ugh. Spyro and Smash Bros. I'm not the biggest fighting game fan. So... It's very rare that I spend a significant amount of time playing them. I mean, as a kid, I played Tekken 3 a lot. What happened to Mort the Chicken? He died returning to his home planet. Yeah. Elder Scrolls 6 needs to be a good game. Like, for Bethesda's sake. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to play Mort the Chicken at some point. I do hope you know. Like, I'm going to have to play through it to the end, and yes, next time I will save. Thank you for releasing me. Ah, god damn it, no. What will you do about games with no end goal? That's a good question. I said last time, it depends on the game. Like, we're probably going to have to come up with something on the fly, maybe. Or I'll have to look into it. Wait, what treasure am I missing? For the compilation games, I play everything in the compilation. Pretty simple, I think. Artisan's complete. Yay. I have no idea. These are questions we're gonna have to answer as we get to them. Yay, the Peacekeepers realm, my favorite. Yeah, in most cases, getting to the end credits, that's generally what's going to be considered beating the game. Get. There we go. I did not like the MLP movie. I thought it was very, very cliche. It followed every single trope and cliche of a cinematic movie based on a cartoon show. Like, it was point for point. Like, when you watch a lot of them, you start to notice these trends and patterns. I don't know how much... I don't think there are any PlayStation 1 games that have nudity. There was only one AO game for the PlayStation, but it never got released. Conan. He doesn't look like a barbarian. Milk. Milk's not gonna help us here. Are you gonna do challenges for challenge accepted?
Incredible glides.
I hope so. At some point, probably, yeah. I am going to save because the game just kind of lagged. So, let's hope we don't have to deal with shit today. Peacekeepers has Clifftown, and that's about it. It's one of the more visually boring worlds. It's not as bad as Beastmakers, but it's the second worst, I'd say, in my opinion. Magic Crafters and Dreamweavers are the best. I don't know how some people have been missing out on Spyro. I mean, I understand that they were popular games. Console Wars? I don't remember much Console War stuff about N64, N64 versus, PlayStation. I didn't get a N64 until like 2016. I had to use emulation to experience most of what the N64 had to offer. Indeed. Part of the reason why I am doing this challenge is to see like what the PlayStation had hidden. I'm very curious to see if there are these awesome games that no one's ever heard before that have just become lost to time. I couldn't tell ya. It's probably a coincidence. I played this game recently too, and I pressed the wrong button. Let's try this again. What's vor? Something you shouldn't Google, okay? Let's leave it at that. It's a fetish. Yeah, the console wars didn't start up again until it was PlayStation 3 versus Xbox 360. That's the last time that there really was a console war. Yeah, I heard that Gulp has gotten this difficulty boost. Indeed, I like this Twitch chat. Might have to take tomorrow off from doing this because my throat has been killing me. This is something else I need to get into the swing of doing. Okay, I maybe I'm feeling worse than I thought I was. Jersey Devil? That might be an interesting one. I doubt that Gulp is going to be like Dark Souls. Now you gotta remember, in the original, he wasn't very easy either, unless you had the Super Flame power-up thing. Who is Gulp? He's a boss in Spyro 2. And the first boss of any Spyro game that puts up an actual fight. I have played Cuphead. Yes, I haven't beat Cuphead, but I have played it. And I could say, and I say that the difficulty is exaggerated. It is nowhere near Dark Souls level difficulty. Got you. But Celeste is a game I own, but it's one of those in my Steam backlog deals. Yes, I do own Starbound. I have like over 100 hours in that game too. Now that's a game that I actually find difficult. Probably not. Not too into DLC. This is like my favorite games of all time. And even then, sometimes that DLC can be a joke. Like with Bethesda and their horse armor shit. Spyro was a major part of my childhood. Like, it's the first game that I legitimately remember, you know, wanting. I first played it in one of the demo discs. The Saturn is a console that I am largely familiar with. Unfamiliar with, not familiar with. Okay, some of these vortexes are put in, like, stupid locations. Like, who ends the level right here? Seriously. Why do you like MLP? Ain't that a girl's show? I mean, I like it because it's a good show. Yeah. Ah, no, don't want to continue. Thank you. Fez is another game that's in my backlog. It's one of those games that I'm going to be getting to at some point, someday, somewhere, in some place. If you are getting into Spyro, I would probably recommend not starting with Spyro 1 because look at this environment here. It's just so empty. Backlog quest? I don't know about that. I have not seen the She-Ra series, no. Oh, come on. This is everyone's favorite part of the platformer, where you're missing one goddamn little thing. There we go. Not too bad. One thing about the Reignited trilogy is that it gives you the Spark's ability to locate gems in all 3 games, which is nice. And by nice, I mean mandatory. Yep, Nork butts. Honestly, how the enemies reacted to Spyro without directly fighting them, that was revolutionary for the time. Most enemies in most other games just did, like, one thing. Yeah, Spyro 2 in the original games had that by default, but in Spyro 3 you had to unlock it for some... I don't know. Oh god, that windstorm outside is getting crazy. If the stream goes out, you could probably assume that I've lost power. That's been happening to some people around here. I don't think it's going to happen to me, like, the lights aren't flickering or anything, but... just giving you a heads up. With my luck tonight, that's probably what's going to happen, though. Yes, I prefer Spyro 3 over Spyro 1. Spyro 1 is probably my least favorite of the original trilogy. It's very minimal. It doesn't do much with the mechanics that it has. Like, there are only 2 levels that really experiment with supercharging. You only have Super Flame in 2 levels. The only level that has locking doors is the very last one. Actually, Crash 3 Warped is probably my least favorite of that trilogy. I don't know if I can go over it now, but yeah, I'd put it at the bottom of the first 3. The main reason why Warped is so low for me is because the levels were made too short and too replayable because they had to put in the time trials, which is not conducive to Crash Bandicoot gameplay. I like both Crash and Spyro, but I would always pick Spyro if given the choice between them.
Back.
Oh yeah, Crash 2's final boss. Why are boss fights so hard to get right in video games? I have not played the 4th Crash game, but yeah, I would assume that it is better than Enter the Dragonfly. As long as, you know, it's functional, then it's a better game by default. Well, yeah, the games aren't exactly the same, but they do have a lot in common. Like, 3 really good games, and then the original developer went on to do other things, and then things got not so good. always hated these stupid lamps. Whenever this game makes you charge near a cliff, it always made me nervous as a kid. Oh yeah, that reminds me of another reason I didn't like Crash 3, because I play Crash Bandicoot to, you know, play Crash Bandicoot, but literally 50% of Crash 3 is not Crash Bandicoot. It's random vehicles. Yeah, the jetpack is totally wonky in the Insane trilogy. There we go. Alright. There we are. Bats. They're probably the most annoying fodder in this game. Why do I keep doing that? I actually liked both the bridge levels and the racing levels. But that's because I played Crash Team Racing before Crash 3. I don't know what everyone was complaining about with the bridge levels. They weren't... Like, I never even felt tempted to use the skip thing. Oh yeah, Deep Trouble or Under Pressure. Those two underwater levels are just awful. I hate them. Got you. Ah. Got you. And you. Yep, swimming in air glitches. I don't like the music in this homeworld either. I don't like much about the Peacekeeper's world in general. Start recording and your abilities go to shit. Oh yeah, the Magma Cone soundtrack. That's a funny one. The Magma Cone track would be fine if it didn't have someone shouting, Oh yeah! Slowed down into the microphone every 15 seconds. Misty Bog and treetops, they're a pain for everybody. Come on. I hear some people do like treetops, but I'm pretty sure it's like a minority opinion. Spyro 3 has the best music. Oh yeah, the skyboxes are really cool. Some of the enemy placement, though, is kind of dickish in this game. Yeah, I'd probably put Spyro 2's soundtrack at the bottom. It is definitely the least memorable of the PlayStation trilogy. This guy looks like he's trying to sell me some Sunny D or something. Oh yeah, the homeworld themes in Spyro 2 are definitely soothing, but I'm not such a big of a fan of the ambient style of music. This is like the only boss in the game that actually puts up a fight. But not a big fight. No, I'm going for 120%. Yes, I am going for 100%. Why do I keep doing that? Jesus. Oh, yeah. If you're playing without sparks, it's annoying as hell. Alright. I need to take a short break to fill up my stuff. And then we may continue. Alright. I am back. Let's continue. Imagine Dragons. Oh no. I need some fodder. There we go. You. Also, if you somehow get the opportunity to, don't play the Japanese version of this game. It is awful. There's actually a full video talking about the Japanese version of this game. No, Spyro was made in the United States by Insomniac. Is an American company. Like, one of the main differences is that, Spyro's charge was giving everyone, like, motion sickness, something like that. So, in the Japanese version of the game, Spyro's charge is just about as fast as his walking speed. Also, Sparks was always the same color, no matter what his health was. It's one of the few games that I know that was butchered when it was moved to Japan. Usually it's the other way with games. They get butchered when they get brought to the States. What's your favorite restaurant? Burger King? I have never had Crystal, so I have to say Burger King in that choice, although I prefer McDonald's. And that's the last Peacekeeper's dragon. That's Peacekeeper's egg. Yeah. If I want a fast food burger, I'm either going to McDonald's or I'm going to Wendy's. Wendy's tends to have the better burger, but McDonald's has the better fries by a mile. Alright, that's all of them. Yeah, I like Olive Garden. I just don't get the opportunity to go very often. Come on, let's go. Hey, Mr. Balloonist, is there any reason why you can't just fly me directly to Nasty's world? Just out of absolute curiosity, is there a reason that we have to stop at Magic Crafters before we go anywhere else? I love Magic Crafters though, so I don't mind too much. Just these blues. Can't wait to play through this on the Reignited trilogy. Hello, Chikorita. The enemies here are just hilarious. Ow, 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 ow. This isn't Mort the Chicken. You say that like you're disappointed. I did not finish the game, no. You see my score, right? There's nothing there. Okay, this is probably the worst enemy placement in the entire game. So many times have I charged at that guy, I guess, and just plunged off the edge. While the Crash and the Spyro remakes are really, really great, what I really want is for Toys for Bob to make a brand new Spyro game in the vein of the originals, and for Vicarious Visions to make a Crash game in the veins of the originals. Hey, that's what I really want. These remakes are nice, but I don't think they're going to last us forever. And they've proven that they're respectful with the franchise. Crash Team Racing so far. I'll have to see it when it's out to truly make my opinion on it. Indeed. I don't dislike the remakes. I just want new games. You know, part of me is just getting sick of the whole remake culture that the 2010s have found themselves in. Go, go, go. Thank you. Yeah, I guess that is true.
Oh, thank you for releasing me.
I think I've answered this question before. Most of the RPG series I have a hard time getting into. Maybe, just maybe, this PSX series will help me get into the big ones. I mean, there are a bunch of Final Fantasies on the console. I think like all of them are, considering there's Final Fantasy Anthology. That has Final Fantasies 1 through 6, right? He said couldn't get into. That means a little bit different than a popular series that I don't like. One, two, 4, 5, 6, and Chrono Trigger. Excellent! So that means on total of the console, I will have to play the first 9 Final Fantasies and Final Fantasy Tactics. Should be fun. Oh, okay, good. I can skip Final Fantasy 3. Which is... alright. Doop-doop-doop. Are there any Dragon Quest? I think there's one Dragon Quest game on the PS1. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 5. Oh, 7. That's right, 7. I keep thinking it's... I keep thinking that 7 is Journey of the Cursed King, but no, that's Dragon Quest 8. Oh, this is not good. I am missing 2 gems in this level. I mean, Activision likes money. If a franchise is revived and is giving them money, they're gonna continue it. They're not, you know, Konami. There it is. Rah, rah, rah. Like, seriously, what happened to Konami? Like, I am legitimately curious. How does a company fall from grace that much? Favorite type of taffy? Strawberry, I guess? Do I look funny to you? Yeah, I know that they're doing pachinko shit. Oh, yeah. I saw the top 10 worst Konami fails. You guys think he's gonna do Activision next? When it comes to the fails? Oh, all the companies have fails of their own. Which game company is in the best position right now? Nintendo. Nintendo, the answer is probably always going to be Nintendo. They make mistakes and have made some in the past, but it's never usually like the worst thing ever. Ah, damn it. Right. We probably wouldn't have the Nintendo Switch without the Wii U's massive failure. The biggest controversy, I think, with Nintendo was their YouTube partner program. Goodbye, druid person. Oscar, boring is not the word that I would use. Like, it's an award show that doesn't require the people giving the awards to watch all of the movies that are nominated. That's stupid. They should be forced. If you want to be a nomination, a judge at the Oscars, you should have to watch every single nominee. I'm sure there are some people who like the Wii U, but like its commercial appeal is definitely it's definitely the black sheep of the Nintendo consoles. Didn't say it was bad at all. Right. The Virtual Boy is just a flop. I don't feel like buying a PS4 or Xbox One because consoles are expensive. And games are even more expensive. God damn it. It's just more accurate to do this the cheap way. Okay. Oh my god. There we go. Alright, let's go looking for these gems. Not up here. Nope. Not in here. And not in here. How am I missing things in the high caves? Did I ever partake in the console wars of the past? Not really. Super Nintendo and Genesis were before my time. And PlayStation and 64 were kind of on friendly terms. Alright, I will be right back. I gotta take care of something. Alright, I am back. I am not much of a Sonic fan now. Ah, goddamn it. Doop. What makes playing a Mario game easier to get into than a Sonic game? That's a good question. I think it's more... Yeah, like, it's... Mario allows you to be a lot slower and a lot more methodical than Sonic. Worst flight level in the game, let's go. God damn it. Why don't I like this fight? Because even if you're going the order the game tells you to go in, you're often screwed. It just gives you barely enough time. I think it's the hardest fight of the original trilogy. Come on. No! Come on. Coca-Cola. All the way. No, I hate this level. Ah! Oh, might as well save anyway. Ooh. This is my favorite level from this game. Ah, yes. 3D platformers. They are definitely coming back in vogue. It's the Amanda Show. Let's go. Well, I mean, I'd imagine them sounding a little bit like this. They're all made by the same composer. My favorite music artist? I do not know. Voltaire is definitely really good. SNES or PSX style RPGs, you're gonna have to pay attention to the indie crowd for that kind of stuff to come back, I think. Like, there are plenty of RPG Maker games all over the place, and a lot of them are really good. Also, old-style RPGs usually find themselves on handheld consoles nowadays. So that's another place you might want to look.
Welcome to...
Wizard Bowling. Indeed. I like this music too. It's probably not my favorite track of this game, but it's a good one. Whee! So, while I'm playing this game, and we're about halfway through, we are going to need to figure out what game I'm playing next. My rule this time is no platformers. I think it would be a little bit too repetitive if I did more than 3 games in a row of the same genre. So that is probably my biggest Tetris Plus. It's an idea. Is there a win condition there? Bushido Blade.
Thank you for...
Metal Gear Solid. I think Metal Gear Solid is probably going to be one of those milestone episodes, like 50 or 100. It's one of the more famous games on the system. Bushido Blade. That would be an interesting one. I don't know if it has a win condition, though. Tetris Plus has a story mode. Bushido Blade also has a story mode. I don't know, they're both good suggestions. Let's see, if I were to pick one, it'd probably be the one I'm more familiar with, and that's Tetris Plus. So I guess we can do that. Winter sucks a lot. Winter is the worst. Like I said, my biggest problem with Tetris is I find it too easy. But I will say, Tetris Plus has, like, one of the best soundtracks on the console. Well, it's not usually as windy as it is now, it's just we're going through a literal windstorm. Summer is my favorite season too, although that might have something to do with my birthday being in summer. In New England, there really is only two seasons, too hot and too cold. And of the two, I prefer too hot. Okay, where the fuck is it? Where is it? I've never lost track of gems here. And here they are. Yeah, I can imagine that Texas gets very hot. Blowhard, let's go. I definitely like the music in this level, even though it's mediocre as any other boss level in this game. Does it? That's good, because the bosses in the original are shit. This probably is the worst boss in the game because sometimes he just won't register you hitting him. Like there's absolutely no sign that that shouldn't have worked. There we go. Oh, what? You've got to be fucking kidding me. Oh. Okay. I have played all the Spyro games on the original PlayStation, yes. I've also played Hero's Tale, Enter the Dragonfly, and the first Legend of Spyro game. The only one of those I didn't beat is Enter the Dragonfly, because it is a piece of poop. And now we enter the worst world of the PlayStation 1 trilogy. Fucking hate beast makers. Coke. This world has two of the worst levels of the trilogy. Terrace Village is one of the most mediocre levels in the entire game, on top of that. Alright, let's go. Anything over here? Nope. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Pepsi. I just prefer the taste of Coke. Even though I have a hard time drinking just normal colas. Ah, stop it. There we go. No Diet and no Zero. They taste awful. Diet sodas just taste the worst. And from what I hear, they're worse for you than regular, normal soda. Go, 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 go. Cherry soda is good, but Mountain Dew is the best. Nope. Ugh, that was close. Rock corn syrup. Oh, that's gonna kill you. Vanilla Coke is very good. I prefer that to normal Coke, but it's just so hard to find. They still make it. Just realized this level has music, even though half the time it sounds like it doesn't. Yeah, it does. Is New Coke any good? I don't know. I never had New Coke. What do you expect Pokemon Gen 8 to bring? I expect to bring more Pokemon. Wait, isn't Gen 8 gonna have Pokemon number 1000? Like, we're at over 800 now, right? That means it's very likely that Gen 8 will have the 1000th Pokemon. Better make that really special. Oh, come on, he was dead. Yeah, maybe that would be funny. Love Disc is stupid. Why is this area even here? There's nothing there. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. The next generation, or 1000 being basically Mew. It seems like we're going with Tetris Plus for the next game. Alright. The next couple of levels are going to be hell, so I will be right back while I prepare. Alright. Exit level. The next couple of levels in the game are the worst levels in the game. Why are they the worst? Because they're bad levels. You'll see. Oh, God, now I need to get it. Now I have no sparks. Yay. I'm gonna rescue that dragon, and then I'm gonna intentionally kill myself. Okay, why are they the worst? One of them is Treetops, and the other one is Misty Bog. There we go. Yeah, Misty, not Mystic Bog. Okay, so this level. Alright. Let's talk about the first thing wrong with Misty Bog. It looks like they literally used the pallet for a clogged toilet. The music is way too energetic for this. The draw distance is shit. The timing on these enemies is extremely strict. And if you don't kill them, they'll eat you. Which was not fun for my 6-year-old self. But no, it's these things. These things. You have a split second of leeway before they'll hit you. And this level likes to pack tons of them together. It's very, very hard to get rid of them without getting hit yourself. No, they're not instant kills, but you'll lose health quickly. These are just terrifying. I do not like Sprite, no. Also, for the level where you're going to lose the most health, it's very, very stingy with its fodder. There's like 3 pieces in the entire level. Grapefruit is the worst fruit. I am drinking cola, but I will only be Coke, but I will only be able to do it for the next 30 minutes. Then I'll have to switch to root beer. I should probably already switch to root beer, or I'm going to have trouble sleeping tonight. I'll do that after this level. Root beer, most brands of root beer do not have caffeine. I have to cut back on caffeine at night, or I can't drink any caffeine, usually past 9 p.m. But sometimes I can push it to, No, root beer doesn't help with sleeping at all. But caffeinated sodas like Coke, they make it impossible to sleep. So I just drink root beer because I need something to drink. Yeah, you see what I mean? Root beer and pizza is an awesome combination. Hate these things. When you try to get them, these dipshits attack you. That wind is crazy. Yeah, pizza's not for everyone. I used to be way more into it when I was a kid. What is your most wanted game sequel? That's a good question. I don't know. Most of the games I want sequels of have gotten like spin-offs and such. Or spiritual successors. What do you mean a proper Gauntlet sequel? Like the arcade game? It had a sequel. Paper Mario 3. I'm pretty sure that exists too. There was a sequel to Dark Legacy, but it was shit. And yeah, a new Jet Set Radio would be great. My favorite genre of video game is 3D platformer. Super Paper Mario 2. That would be good. That would be good. Yeah, be good. Well, I mean, the Paper Mario games aren't numbered. Oh, that would be a great sequel that I want. Super Mario RPG 2. That would be good. I hear most people consider 1,000 Year Door the best of them. No, I've never played Kirby Air Ride. My God, the wind. Ever had stage fright? Yes. No, I haven't played Simpsons Hit and Run. And no, I haven't played any of the 3DS Mario games. My 3DS is mostly an Animal Crossing machine. There we go. Let's get the root beer. Open it up and put the straw inside. Alright. At the very least, Beastmakers has the best flight level in the game, I think. But there's also this stupid enemy placement. It gets me almost every single time. It's not on the list. There is a SpongeBob game, though. Because 2D animation is good. This is Wild Flight. A lot of people say this one is the hardest, but no, Crystal Flight is much harder than this. Once again, during a speedway stage, I'm not going to be able to pay attention to the chat. Wild Flight is awesome. Missed one. Now we're done. It's the one that has the best flow, I think. No, I was not a stereotypical 90s kid. I was a stereotypical loner. Alright, now we get to play the worst level in the game. Some people say that this is the worst level in the entire trilogy. Treetops. I like the 90s better, although some good stuff happened in the 2000s. The 90s were more important. Alright, so as soon as you get into this level, you gotta follow this thief. Forget everything else, just follow him no matter what the fuck he does. Make sure you grab this key. And also, do not kill the thief. Make it here. Make sure you step on the dragon in case something goes wrong. I mean, yeah, you don't have to, but if you don't want to go through grueling trial and error, this is the only way to make it quote-unquote easy. Now you follow the thief and he'll tell you the exact route to take. Going up the supercharged ramp, because that makes sense. Going backwards on the supercharged ramp is the most counterintuitive thing imaginable. I mean, if you were going up this, wouldn't you run slower? Where are you? Oh, he has a stupid purple gem. Yep. Treetops. I have not played the Rugrats game before, but we're going to be doing it by the time this is all over. I have not played Parkitect since its official release, no. I played the early access stuff, but it just didn't hit the right spot the Roller Coaster Tycoon did. I haven't seen the South Park movie. I haven't played any of them. This level is just so annoying. Even if you know what to do, there's just so much back and forth. Well, we're going to be playing all the PlayStation 1 games. How I think this is going to work is I'm going to issue, like, a genre or a theme, and I guess you guys will pick a specific game that falls into that theme. Like, this time I simply asked for not a 3D platformer. Next time I might ask for something that doesn't have a Wikipedia page, for instance. It's more satisfying to use the supercharge in this game, by far. Will you have a vote on DeviantArt? I don't know about that, considering DeviantArt polls only allow you to put in up to, like, 10 different entries, and there are over 1,000 PS1 games. By the way, I'm not sure if that number count is entirely accurate. That's just what the specific video told me. It seems like nobody knows exactly how many PlayStation 1 games there were released in anywhere. Like, there are about 2,700 total across all regions. There's a lot of confusion as to what counts. Like, some websites don't list the Lightspan games, even though they were released. There was a Baldur's Gate game that, a Baldur's Gate port that was complete. Like, I have the ISO, but it was never officially released, so I don't know if that counts. What attracted me to Tumblr? Nothing in particular. Like, it's a part about being on social media. You go to every outlet you can get to. Nothing in particular attracted me to any particular website.
Spyro.
Okay. Come on. It is so annoying to play without sparks. Adding sparks to this game is one of the most ingenious moves anybody has ever made in game design ever. Barbie Explorer. Maybe. Like, I'm sure people are gonna want me to, they're either gonna want me to front load the famous ones, the famous games like Symphony of the Night, Metal Gear Solid, or the, games like Barbie, it seems. We'll decide what the next game is next time, though. So nobody gets a leg up. Red Thief at the very least I can remember, because this one's not that difficult. Everything, yay! The Streets Ups is done. Short crap games. Yeah, I want to get some of them out of the way. Like, yeah. Some of these I'm probably gonna pick myself, you know? Like, maybe one day I'm just gonna play all of the board games in just, like, one go. There's Monopoly, there's Risk, and then there's the Game of Life. Just play all three of them back to back to back. Yeah, there are a few baby games on the console. Grab the gem, grab it. Elmo's Letter Adventure. Oh no. I don't know if I could play all the Barbie games at the same time. There are definitely Disney games on the console. Yeah, probably am going to have to save some of the good games. But honestly, I can tolerate bad games quite fine. What I have a hard time tolerating, though, is the stupidly difficult games. I'm gonna be playing all the games here on stream. So... it'll be done. What I'm doing in my own time is I'm going to be practicing games that I can't beat yet. Yes, I will be playing Dragon's Lair, that is on the console. And that's one I'm not looking forward to. There are probably roguelikes on the console. What would you do if certain games won't load? Well, considering I'm using ISA files, that's unlikely. Then again, for some reason, Mort decided to lock up. No, the PlayStation Dragon's Lair is a strict port of the arcade game. Yeah, I know that there is Diablo on the PlayStation, if we're talking about roguelikes. Stop throwing bananas at me! Dragon's Lair is, not the best game. Like, it looks beautiful, but as a game, it's not much of a game, let's say. It's a quick time event game that doesn't tell you which buttons you're supposed to press. And it does some really unfair stuff, too. Alright, this is Metalhead, the only boss in the entire game that's remotely interesting. No, I have not played Simpsons Tapped Out. It is definitely a cool name for a boss, it's just not a cool boss. Hello, Ando. Indeed, he is a metal head. This right here is one of the most bullshit jumps in the game. It's gotta be done from here, I think. That is a jump you will screw up a lot of times. I think that if you've played a game to completion and you're satisfied with it, yeah, it'd probably be unethical to return the game on Steam. I have played a little bit of Donkey Kong Country. Spyro has the better OG trilogy, in my opinion. Oh, that is great to hear. In the PAL version of this game, they basically just moved the gems to the other side, so you didn't have to jump over there. I'll be right back before we go into Dreamweavers. Alright, Dreamweavers. Jump in the balloon, go to Dreamweavers. Like, there will be plenty of time to talk about the stuff that goes on in Crash's games. I will say, though, I do think that Crash has a better first game than Spyro's first game. But other than that, Spyro 2 is better than Crash 2, and Spyro 3 is better than Crash 3, in my opinion. Crash Bash, I've only played the demo of that game. Haunted Towers. This is a level a lot of people don't like. Because I actually had a PlayStation 1 growing up and not an N64. It was actually between the PlayStation and the Super Nintendo. I decided to go with PlayStation over Super Nintendo because the kinds of games that were on it. I prefer 3D games to 2D games by far. Super Flame is so underutilized in this game. Yeah, that's what I hear. Crash Bash is an okay party game. Unless you're going for 100% in it, then it takes forever. Oh yeah, Crash Team Racing is the better of the two spin-offs. We don't use cheat codes here. Zoe is alright. Or Zoe, one of those two. The only problem with Zoe is that, like, in Spyro 2, it sounds like she has, like, 3 different voice actresses. You hear that, wind? That's some crazy one. Are you gonna get the Crash team right? Probably. I mean, it's known as the best kart racer on the PlayStation. I mean, if you have to use the cheat code to get 100%. Well, maybe you don't hear it. I kind of hope you guys don't hear it, because then it won't get into the recording. But there is some strong winds out there. There are plenty of kart racers on the PlayStation 1. Just most of them aren't very good. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys don't hear the wind.
Hold your...
Chocobo Racing, Looney Tunes Racing, Rascal Racers, Lego Racers. I think there's a Mickey Mouse racing game. Ah, goddammit. Ah, Mickey Mouse Speedway on this. I think it's on both consoles. Oh, shit. You'll have to wait for the review to come out to determine if it's going to be admirable or atrocity or other kind of review. It's a review. I want to keep people curious. There we go. Going into the whirlwind. Takes a long time to figure this one out. Move quickly, we gotta move. Do I wish that Mario for Super Bros emoted? I think he emotes quite fine. And now I got Super Flame for the entire level. Yes, I have laughed at Teen Titans Go jokes. They're not all bad, and I have pointed out there are some good episodes. It's not impossible for them to pull things off. There we go. I did not know that Teen Titans Go did a tribute to Young Justice. Ah, no, I need that gem. I have not laughed at a breadwinner's joke. And again, I haven't... Did it just... Oh, okay, thank you. I was gonna say... Yeah, usually what happens if a gem falls over, after it hits the death zone, it automatically collects to you. Okay, and now we got 5 missing. Should Maud Flanders have died? I don't know. I wasn't into The Simpsons back then when it happened, so I couldn't have built up any kind of attachment. I'm probably not going to review Fat Albert the movie, ever. I watched Toon Disney when I could get away with it. I don't know. Alright, where the hell is it? It wasn't a blue gem that fell off the edge before, was it? I think that was a green gem. Oh. There it is. Worst Powerpuff Girls 2016 episode? It's probably the one with the twerking that came after the other one with the twerking that made everybody hate the show. Somewhere over the swing set.
The fools will see.
Then again, there are a lot of bad ones. Spoilers, though, you're probably going to have to wait till my top 10 worst cartoons of the 2010s to hear more about it. That controversy... Powerpuff Girls 2016 is a show like I legitimately do not like thinking about. Like a lot of the accidents in the show, they like legitimately disturb me in ways that Family Guy only wishes it could. I don't want you to have movies to make that call. Everything Powerpuff 2016 has done is the worst thing it's ever done. That's what I heard about the High Guardian Spice thing. But, like, until the show actually comes out, no one's really gonna know. Yeah, Shadow Shriek is generally the most exposure I want to Powerpuff 2016. I've tried to give another episode of that show a review, but, I was actually getting too angry, so I had to not do it. Like, I mean, there are a lot of reviews that I regret for being too mean, but my original Powerpuff 2016 review, it's like the only one I regret for not being harsher. I was far too lenient on Powerpuff 2016. Nah, like I said, I'm going to be talking about in the top 10 worst cartoons of the 2010s, because it is one of those cartoons that has a guaranteed entry. It really, really is. Yeah. Being too angry at a show hasn't stopped me before. That was a former problem I used to have that I'm trying to get past. Oh, yeah, Once Upon a Townsville, that's another... That's an awful episode. Ben 10 reboots. Will I review High Guardian Spice when it comes out? Maybe, if it doesn't land somewhere in the middle. You know. The original Powerpuff Girls was great. Until it was not great. I'm just tired of all the Ben 10 reboots. It's a franchise that should be retired at this point. Hi. I really hope that they didn't fix this in the Reignited, although they probably did. But you could just stand on here. The original Ben 10 was a great show. Yep, still playing Spyro. Mort the Chicken crashed on us, so we'll have to play it again on another time. Hello, Dr. C. Yeah, it froze up, which is weird considering I'm playing on an emulator and using an ISO file. It's supposed to be toxic goop. How was that noise? Does this Spyro Arrow autosave? No, it does not autosave. 2 and 3 do, this one doesn't. Yeah, I have no idea what caused that ungodly beep. No. Like, I think it came from the emulator, but the emulator's never acted like this before. It's just BizHawk. Yeah, I know that not all emulators are fully accurate, but, like, I did a full playthrough of Spyro and Mort before on this emulator. Well, not Mort, but it was my voice. Which level is this? This is Dark Passage. I am almost dead. Ah! It wasn't a fire alarm. If it was a fire alarm, it would still be going on. Oh, I'm back here. Great. I did not see a Lego Movie 2. It wasn't an alarm clock either. Mine goes off at noon. And that doesn't malfunction either. I'm guessing it might have had something. It might have something to do with the windstorm that's going on. Like, how is this game set up is what you're seeing, what we see. Yeah, I see exactly what you see. Like, right now the game is not full screen. I'm staring kind of at OBS. So I can see the chat. Yeah, the windstorm might have caused something to go on. The floor isn't, but it still has the same color as the goop. Yay! It can still be walked on. That amuses me. That's nice attention to detail that I, beeping. I'm in my house. It's the safest place I could be. Like, if the power goes out, then I'll be worried. Yeah, I know. The flossing skeleton. I'm not as pissed by it as other people. Like, I get why they did it. Ah, come on. The Krusty Slammer? I don't think so. See, Como. What is with these weird-ass names? Well, I mean, the reason why I'm not pissed off by the skeleton is because, like, the adults who were watching or playing the game back in 1999, I don't think they would have, I don't think they would have liked it that much. Like, it would probably be just as quote-unquote cringy to them as the flossing is to us. Oh, there's one I missed. Aside from Technocracy, yes, Norm of the North review and Teen Titans Go to the Movies review. They are coming out. Norm of the North had a sequel, so that's what I'm reviewing. This is the wrong way. God damn it. God damn it. As I've said before, I can't really look at the chat while I'm doing these speedways. It requires too much attention. Damn it. Oh. crazy. Oh my god. There's a reason I couldn't stand these things as a kid. Out of my old reviews, which one holds up the most? The Seahorse Seashell Party review. And the Arthur's Big Hit review is good too. Spyro 3 Speedways are the best of the trilogy. Except for that stupid shifting difficulty thing. They can make the last one literally impossible if you've been playing too well. I do not know why Shaggy is such a meme. Yeah, but I can't wait till I'm playing Scooby-Doo in the Cyber Chase, and then it'll begin. Lofty Castle. Everyone loves this level. What the hell? Yep, we already played the Amanda Show level. Yeah, Wizard's Peak. It has the same background music as the Amanda Show's ending theme because the composers were the same people. You go to the YouTube comments on one song and they always say it's the other one on both things. It's kind of hilarious. What live-action Nick show? Ned's Declassified. That's the best live-action kids sitcom ever. Yes, Stuart Copeland was the drummer for The Police. Dragon Josh was pretty good too. Yeah, I like waffles, although I prefer French toast. Not the biggest fan of pancakes now. I don't know why, it's just their texture, it gets too, like, soggy. Best music track in the entire Spyro series, the one that comes out to me most is the Mushroom Speedway track from Spyro 3. That one is really good. No, I don't feel sorry for the Pop-Tarts because they're delicious. Powerpuff Girls movie is alright, I just wish it wasn't an origin story. Considering, you know, we know how the Powerpuff Girls were created, making a movie based on the title sequence of the show is kind of not a good idea. Yeah, it's definitely a better version of Town now. Best movie based off an animated show? That's a good question. I mean, the Simpsons one is pretty good. I have to think. I think it's Good Will Hunting. Ed, Edd n Eddy's Big Picture Show is also a good one. TV movie or theatrical, does it really matter? I mean, when the Ed, Edd n Eddy movie is not a theatrical film, does it really matter? And when the Hey Arnold movie is a theatrical picture, it really doesn't matter. The Hey Arnold movie is just a mess. Favorite candy bar? I don't know. I like Milky Ways. I'm probably not putting Patreon requests back for a while. Last thoughts on Samurai Jack. On Season 5 of Samurai Jack. It started out really good. Like Episode 2, I think, of Season 5 is the best episode of the entire series. But it feels like they played their hand too soon, and it progressively gotten more and more meh, and more disappointing. Oh, there it is. I have not watched Strange Magic yet. That's on the list. It's one of the Patreon rewards that I'm working on it. I'm working as hard as I can. I either should have put a limit on it or made it a lot more expensive. There are at least 3 Teen Titans episodes that I have to review. Yeah, Samurai Jack at the very least got an ending, but still. I don't know off the top of my head how many Patreon rewards I need to do. I have not watched Strange Magic yet, so I don't know what my biggest complaint with the movie is. How are you introduced to Spyro? I played it originally on the PlayStation demo disc, liked it a lot, and I continually asked for it. If someone were to watch every Scooby-Doo movie and show, would you call them crazy? No, I'd call them Jello Apocalypse. What if I end up liking strange magic? So, then I end up liking it. I highly doubt that I will, though. So, you name your nightmare-themed enemy Jacques. Have you started watching anime yet? I have watched some animes, yes. Not many. Oh, yeah. Go, 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 before it's too late. It's probably too late. Well, one of the Patreon requests is Madoka Magica, so... And yeah, I'm always interested in lost media. I hope to have the Eddsworld episode done this year. I love the way this episode looks. I don't... what? Ah! Stupid! Yes, I have watched Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. No, I have not watched Sword Art Online. Favorite Capcom franchise? I don't know, I'm not... For some reason, I don't really get into many Capcom franchises. Patreon requests have their own issues. My favorite Spyro game is Spyro 2. And the title is Ripto's Rage, not Gateway to Glimmer. Ripto's Rage is a much better title. Did you do a video recommending animation channels you enjoy? Maybe at some point. Do you think the word autism will become the next... I don't think so. I mean, maybe it already is, I don't know. Do I still have a negative opinion on the commentary community? I don't know. I don't have much of a positive opinion. What I said in my harassment video, I still stand by. The second that any of them shows the slightest bit of a flaw, they're gonna be cannibalized. Yeah, they did the Minish Cap and the Oracle games. Minish Cap is pretty good. From what I played of the Oracle games, I did not like them. Like, one of the Oracle games makes you go through a dungeon without your sword, which is some ROM hack bullshit. You should. It's a good one. It's been a while since I played it, but it is definitely one of the better handheld Zelda games. I don't think I have watched South Park Season 22. Alright. One last break, and then we can go to the final world. Alright. Yes, you should play A Link to the Past. Let's see. Go to Nasty's world. Yeah, A Link to the Past is the 2D experience. Oh yay! We have to rescue dragons that were stupid enough to. And yeah, Majora's Mask is just the best. Ah, no, get out of the water. Is that all? Okay. Is Turner, they're not like Fox. They'll claim your videos and monetize it, but they won't block it and take it down like Fox used to do. Link's Awakening is good, but it came out too early to fully realize its ideas. I can't wait to see what they're doing with the remake. to do. Yeah, Link's Awakening does need some new content, I will agree with that. But it has the potential to be like the most moving and most powerful of the Zelda games if they play their cards correctly. Oh yeah, the Reignited Trilogy's censorship in these later levels. They're removing guns because if a kid sees a gun in any television show, that makes them want to go on a rampage. That's what does it. It's just this. Like, I think when it comes to like guns and media, the censorship is getting ridiculous. It really is, just in general. I mean, like, logically, if kids are so affected by what they see in media, they're gonna start thinking that paintball guns, like what they got replaced with, are dangerous, and people who have paintball guns are dangerous and should be defended against. Yeah, kids generally do know right from wrong. But, like, there have been plenty of studies that, you know, playing games and stuff doesn't make people more prone to violence or any abnormal behavior. Ow. Okay, so this dragon here we've rescued before.
Wow. I never thought I'd be rescued.
But he has a different voice, and he doesn't even seem to recognize Spyro. Gaming addiction should not be classified as a disorder. Honestly, if you're going to classify gaming, like, gaming specifically is not a disorder. A more useful diagnosis would be an escapism addiction. Well, I mean, the hypersensitive parents didn't go to bat against Pinstripe's gun in the Crash remake. Yes, escapism is integral to society. I have played, beat, and 100% completed Super Mario Sunshine. Yes. How come I played, beat, and 100% completed Sunshine, or... I thought it was a fun game, for the most part. Oh, why is escapism integral to society? Because if you're constantly 100% stuck in reality, you're gonna go insane. Worst 100% reward in a game? Super Mario Sunshine's reward. I've never been into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, no. Some of the levels are wonky. The blue coins are stupid. I have not played Custom Robo, and nah, the 80s franchises I'm not up and up on. So I'm not too into Transformers or G.I. Joe or any of those. Those were before my time. Even though we did have toys of those things. Powerpuff Girls Z, never watched it. But I heard things weren't very good. This level can be difficult. Not even some of the later installments of the franchise. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Odin Sphere? Nope. Yeah, I'd imagine Powerpuff Girls Z is better than 2016 by a mile. Anything is better than 2016 Powerpuff Girls. Except maybe that episode of the original where the Powerpuff Girls were just shedding a sunburn the entire episode. That was pretty awful. Why the Powerpuff Girls movie flopped? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it was just not advertised well. Maybe it really was because CG animation was dying. Or because CG animation was taking over. I don't entirely know. Yeah, like, I told you that the Powerpuff Girls 2016 is going to be on the worst cartoons list. And it's not going to be a low number either. Yes. Reviewing anything John K. related would be awkward. I generally do not review things where the creator has had a controversy. At the Loud House, we're getting distant enough from the controversy where I do feel comfortable talking about it again. No, not in the... I don't take the Oscars seriously at all, especially when it comes to Best Animated Picture. Like, at all. Considering that the nominees never seem to watch any, or none of the award givers ever seem to watch anything and just give it to Disney by default. Right. I am definitely surprised that so many people care about the Oscars when every time when the Oscars isn't on, everyone complains about the Oscars. Yeah, I know that it's Spider-Verse won this year. Right, the only reason that Best Animated Feature exists is so no animated feature will ever win Best Picture. Might get nominated, but never ever gonna win. Yeah, I know Into the Spider-Verse is a Sony film. I don't think there is a an award category for. Oh, apparently there is. I think there is a Best Popular Film category. I don't know if an anime film would. Confronting Nasty Nork. You know, technically speaking, this game should end right here. I have no idea why Nasty Nork doesn't just zap Spyro and turn him into crystal. Like he's standing right here, just standing still. Why doesn't Nasty just crystallize Spyro? This is... This is just a stupid boss fight. You. Yeah, Spyro is too short to be, like, when Nasty was trying to get all of the dragons. Like, I don't think that logic holds up when Spyro's, like, right there and Nasty could do a controlled blast. Yeah, it looks like it is kind of lagging. I don't know why. Pause the timer. OBS is, I will pause the streamer. Pause. No, it's okay. I think it's the windstorm that's messing with Wi-Fi signals. OBS connection? Nope, the stream should be working. It should be working. OBS is reconnected. resume. Yay, I am back. Excellent. Yeah, you can be a mod, Dr. C. I just gotta do this. Alright, let's kick Nasty's butt. First we gotta collect all his fucking treasure. And yes, the timer is still going. Good, okay. Yeah, the boss battle is quite nasty. Seriously, this is just stupid. Don't worry about Gex. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it later. Nasty Nork goes down in 2 hits. You know what's funny? The first boss in the first world, he goes down in 3 hits. Nasty Nork is also a much more difficult boss in Hero's Tale when he was the first boss in that game.
You're toast, Mort.
And credits. Worst final boss ever.
Sorry I took so
It's
long.
up there.
I kind of forgot about you.
What about Ganasty Gnork?
How am I doing on the time? 3:20.
His toast.
We're not done yet.
Now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to pick up.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
These credits. Yeah, he's probably up there on the worst of the easy side of things. Streaming. Streaming Gex into the Gecker. Of course. Spyro the Dragon. Why didn't you? Yes, thank you. Update information. I'm not stopping the timer yet because we still got to do the extra stuff. And this is unskippable. Yeah, we're doing under 20%. How do I make someone a moderator? Yeah, I heard the credits in Spyro Reignited are not very good. Yeah, I've watched some Dorkly lately. Oh wait, Dorkly. No, not lately. I haven't watched Dorkly in a long time. Now, next up, we're apparently doing Tetris Plus. That reminds me, a good thing we could do right now is answer the question, like, what exactly counts as a PlayStation 1 game? Like, / name, like, in the chat, or what? I mean, back to my question. Do the Lightspan games count? Does the Baldur's Gate thing count, considering it was never released? / pod name? if it's on. Well, I mean, things like the Lightspan collection, the Lightspan games, they do exist. They have been released, but they were, like, never for sale. And that's all 80 dragons. Yay. Nasty's loot. Any game officially released in North America, either sold through or... even that's kind of vague. Like I said, that count that I have right now is probably inaccurate. Considering nobody knows just how many PlayStation games were released in general. Yes, we collect all of the treasures, all of them. Net Eurosa, I don't think that counts. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. No, it has to be a licensed game. That is definitely a requirement. Pepsi Man is a Japanese exclusive game. And I'm not doing Japanese exclusive games. As much as I want to do things like Pepsi Man and LSD, if I do them, then I'd have to do all of the other Japanese exclusive games, and I can't speak Japanese. Do I have all of the games stored? No, because that would take terabytes of data. There's, at the very least, over 1,200 games on the PlayStation. Some of them can go up to, like... yeah, it's just about 370 gigs. That's still a lot. I mean, we'll have to see, like, how it goes. Like, I'm probably going to play, at the very least, the PAL exclusive ones. There's very little reason not to. Oh, you had all of them? I mean, I've got the full collection of many other consoles, but yeah, I never tried to get the entirety of the PlayStation. Considering that, look, I only got 4 terabytes of data, and a lot of that data, or 4 terabytes of hard drive space, and a lot of that needs to be for film stuff. No, Nasty's loot is not very satisfying. I mean, collecting things in and of itself is not exactly much of a reward. Especially because, you know, you can't do anything with the money in this game. Like, at the very least, complain about money bags all you want. He gave gems a purpose. Also, this plane is annoying to catch. Spyro 2 has the best 100% reward. Absolutely. Hero's Tale doesn't have 100% reward, but it gives you smaller rewards if you collect certain things. Oh, yeah. Banjo-Kazooie had a really good 100% reward. The only problem is you needed like 97% to even fight Gruntilda, so there was like no point in not getting 100%. You need like 96 out of 100 Jiggies, and at the very least 901 of the notes. At that point, just 100% the damn thing. Oh no, it's just one gem. I wish. Come on. I'm sure there is, but I'm not interested in making growing around games or PlayStation games. I'm interested in beating them right now. So much purple. If we start doing the homebrew games, there's literally no way we'll ever be done. So homebrews obviously don't count, and that includes Net Eurosa games. $2,000. Go. Just stop the timer. Or pause the timer. Well, that's just my fastest time ever.
The dragon. You've defeated Ganasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Nasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Nasty, in spite of his
I will
misguided
give this
nature,
game,
was a worthy opponent.
I'm debating between a B+ and an A-.
Again.
I don't know, it would be cool to have Spyro wearing shades. Spyro the Dragon, time 3 hours, 30 minutes. I'm using a retro power controller. And 59 seconds. I'll give it a B+. Difficulty. Difficulty, it's on the easier side, but it still has some areas like treetops, so I'll give it a 3 out of 10. If you are concerned, here is how you guys can keep track of the games that I have played and what my feelings are on them. What's next? Tetris Plus. Counter score. Okay. Time to figure out just the all-time. Let's see. Alright, I think that's accurate. My time math is not yeah, 8 out of 10 is basically a B. C plus difficulty, I guess. Is there, you think there's anything that will achieve an F minus? Probably. Probably. I'm going to stop recording at the very